DC Nation, what is up? We're back with another video, and this video will be covering all the new comics that came out this week, the week of December 7th, 2021. Now, I'll be talking about 7 new comics, and I'm first gonna start out with my pick of the week, and that is Batman number 118. Written by Joshua Williamson, arts by Jorge Molina and Michael Janin. Now guys, the artwork is phenomenal. It looks really good. For a first issue in Joshua Williamson's run, the artwork really delivers. Like, it looks great. And guys, you heard Jorge Molina and Michael Janin, 2 different artists. You'd think that, there'd be a separation like the middle, like, the art changes, or maybe it changes for the narrative. No, like, I did not realize there was 2 different artists until I got to the end of the book, or the end of the comic, and realized there was. Like, both artists, Jorge Molina and Michael Janin, their art styles fit perfectly. Now for the writing is phenomenal as well. Going into this, I was super excited. I was anticipating this a lot. Like, Joshua Williamson has been killing it on Robin, Deathstroke Inc. And I was like, he's on Batman now? Count me in. Fear stays over, Gotham is having a party, and Batman is just chilling at night. Like, he's going around the city, and he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I expect tragedy, I expect villains just doing crazy things. I don't expect a quiet, well, not a quiet night. Well, actually, yeah, a quiet night in crime. He doesn't expect that. And there's one awesome scene in the beginning where we see these 2 robbers, or these like petty robbers that are just doing it for the fun of it. Like, they want to rob something because they expect, like, nothing else is going on at night right now. Like, there's no Mr. Freeze going around doing anything, no Joker, no Scarecrow, no attacks. So maybe Batman's not hanging around. Maybe he took a night off. And they see Batman once. You get an awesome splash image that just depicts Batman in such an epic way with fireworks behind him. And the robbers immediately run toward the police and turn themselves in. They're like, I do not want to face off against the Dark Knights. Like, nah, don't count me in on that. But from there, Batman asks Oracle, Barbara, he's like, hey, is there anything else I can do? Is there any crime going on? And it turns out there's like a ball going on, a billionaire ball, where all these different rich people are dressing up as Batman's rogues, his villains. And guys, we get a double page spread that looks phenomenal. Like, it looks really good. And shout out to that rich guy in the double page spread that is dressed up as Man-Bats. Like, man, you get dressed up as Joker, Bane, all these different villains, and it's not that much work. But dressing up as Man-Bats, that takes some work. But from there, what happens is Firefly, he attacks, and you have all these different people under him dressed as the Joker, dressed as other villains, and Batman shows up, he fights against all of them. Now, Batman doesn't show up as just himself. He shows up as Killer Croc, and immediately what came to my mind was the episode from Batman the Animated Series, Almost Got Him, where Batman was dressed as Killer Croc, and he listened in on all these different stories that Poison Ivy, Joker, Two-Face were telling on how they almost got the Batman. And at the end, you see Killer Croc get up and you see the shadow of the bats. And then Batman takes them down. And you have them all surrounded by like Commissioner Gordon and the GCPD. Here though, Killer Croc is there, and Firefly and all his different minions are just fighting against him. They're like, why does Killer Croc have all these like sweet moves now? Like, he's kicking, he's punching, he knows martial arts. But then Firefly, he tries to burn Killer Croc, but then the whole suit, it burns off and it shows Batman just ready to go. This moment got me so hyped. And then of course Batman takes down Firefly, and that's it. And then Oracle is like, hey, Dick is back, like Nightwing is here, we got some food for you, you can come back and just chill with us, like take a night off. But then Batman sees a blimp in the sky. Yep, a blimp. A blimp always makes a Batman story better, I swear. But he sees a blimp, and on the blimp, it says, Batman Inc. arrested. Yeah, Batman Incorporated is involved in the story. That was another surprise I did not expect at all. Like, that got me so excited. Like, from the Killer Croc moments in the whole billionaire ball to this, and then Batman decides to go in hiding. He decides, okay, I'm gonna go in hiding for 48 hours. So he goes to like another place. I forgot what it was. I think the place started with a B or something like that. He shows up to the place and you see this one detective. She's investigating the scene. This one character, Abyss. Yep, the storyline is titled Abyss too. This whole storyline is titled Abyss. And the different covers for this issue talks about how this new villain, Abyss, is showing up. And going into this, that was my least excited thing. I was like, oh, another new villain. Another new character. Like, James Tynion introduced so many new characters. I just want to go back to the regular Batman villains and stuff. But we get a twist here. So this detective investigates. She's trying to figure out who killed Abyss. So Abyss is not the villain here. He actually got killed. Now, maybe he is the villain and he's like, you know, causing all this. But for now, it's a little twist on the stereotype that, oh, we got a new villain. And he's a ninja type character, and he's just taking down and framing Batman Inc. And we see this detective investigating. The Batman shows up from behind, freaks her out, and he has the yellow oval again. Yep, the yellow oval suit with the Batman symbol in the middle. And guys, that suit, I just really like it. Compared to the suit he's wearing early in the issue, I like the yellow oval one a lot better. But he freaks her out, an awesome page, and then we find out that, oh, Batman Inc. killed Abyss, like they caused this. And Batman uses his detective skills to figure this out. And he thinks of the whole fight, his minds, and then we get a huge ending reveal. We find out that Lex Luthor has been funding Batman Incorporated. No longer Bruce Wayne, but Lex Luthor. Yep, Lex shows up. And it's not like he's just mentioned. He actually shows up in a white uniform. It looks really good, like brights and stuff. Like, he pops off the page, and Batman's final words for this issue is Luthor. And that's how the issue ends. We get to be continued. And I'm excited. This is going to be a 4-part story about Biz. We got Batman Incorporated. This first part to this arc got me so excited to see what Joshua Williamson has in store for his Batman run. Like, this is one of the best Batman issues in a long time. I highly recommend it. Next up, we got Batman 89, number 4, and this issue we get more development for Marlon Wayne's Robin character, Drake. Yep, Drake, he finally meets up with Bruce, they have some conflicts, they actually have some really good interactions, and at the end, Drake is actually taking the lead. He's like, hey, Batman, let's do this, we gotta protect Gotham. And I'm very interested in this dynamic. We're finally getting this Batman and Robin dynamic for this Tim Burton universe that I've been wanting this entire miniseries. It's taken 4 issues to get here, but finally it's happening, and it's being done well so far. I'll say that, it's being done well. I hope it continues to be written well in the next issue. And yeah, guys, the writing overall in this issue, it's decent. Like, this is not an amazing series at all. Going into the series, I was hyped, and I was like, oh, this could be, like, phenomenal, like, really good, there's a lot of potential. And so far, it hasn't met that potential. It's been kind of slow, taking a little while to get to the points, but it's still a good series. I'm still enjoying it. The artwork is phenomenal, it fits the tone, and how the artist draws Two-Face in this issue, like, he looks horrific. And guys, I'll keep saying, like I've said in my other reviews of Batman 89, that Harvey Dent, he's the main character of this miniseries. Like, his story is the best. Seeing him go insane, Two-Face taking over, and him decide, okay, I gotta either go against Gotham or be with it. It's very interesting. And Two-Face himself, like, the design looks awesome in this issue. It looks really good. Also, we see some Selina Kyle. She interacts with Barbara in this issue. And yeah, overall, it's a solid issue that pushes the plot forward, but we only got 2 issues left. I really hope the last 2 issues kick up the action. Like, this series really needs to get to the next level. Right now, it's just decent. I want it to get to great. I want the next 2 issues to really have a great ending for this mini-series. So yeah, guys, you've been enjoying this Batman 89 series. I recommend this issue. Next up, we got Arkham City, The Order of the World, number 3. At the beginning of this issue, we find out that Detective Stone is alive. So good. But from there, we see the Ten-Eyed Man lead Dr. Jocasta Joy to Solomon Grundy. Yep, Solomon Grundy has a pretty big part in this issue. Like, he's awesome. How the art depicts him, he's very terrifying, and his interactions with the Ten-Eyed Man are really good. Now, this whole issue deals with how to handle madness, insanity, and how Amadeus Arkham didn't handle it well with Arkham Asylum way back. Like, he died there, like his ghost is somewhere. And speaking of his ghost, we had Ten-Eyed Man use Dr. Jocasta Joy to dig up this skull, the skull of Amadeus Arkham. They take it back to Dr. Jocasta Joy's place, and we see the ghost of Arkham, Amadeus Arkham, come to life. Like, it is set free, and I am very intrigued to see where the story goes. Like, that's how the issue ends. Now, I forgot Azrael, he shows up, like, he is on Dr. Jocasta Joy's, like, tail the entire issue. At the end, he cuts off Solomon Grundy's head. Yeah, it's a very, like, wow moment. It shocked me, but Azrael, he's shocked as well. Like, at the end of the issue, he's like, what the heck? The ghost of Amadeus Arkham is here? So yeah, we got Azrael in the same room of Dr. Jocasta Joy, the Ten-Eyed Man. We got Solomon Grundy, his head separated from his body, and the ghost of Amadeus Arkham above them. That's how the issue ends. So that does not get you hyped for the next issue. I do not know what will. But yeah, my only flaw with this issue is the artwork at times. It's really good at times, but other times it looks very rushed. So hopefully next issue, the artwork doesn't look rushed and simple at times. Like, the artwork, it could look great. So the past 2 issues has shown some really awesome artwork, and there's some of that here, but there's also sometimes I'm like, eh. But yeah, guys, if you've been enjoying the series, I highly recommend this issue. Next up, we got Dark Knights of Steel, number 2, and this issue picks up right where issue number 1 left off. Jor-El dies. He got shot in the eye by an arrow. Batman, he goes hunting. He finds Green Arrow, or, you know, the archer that shot the arrow, takes him down, imprisons him. And then we got Batman dealing with the prophecy that he's the son of Jor-El, same as Superman, so there's some conflict there. But the big thing in this issue is we see the kingdom of Black Lightning. Yeah, Black Lightning is a king, King Pierce. He has his daughters, Anissa and Jennifer, and he has a son. And he's taking care of things. He sends Constantine to then alert the Green Man, who is Green Lantern, to then alert the archer, Green Arrow, to then shoot Jor-El in the eye with the arrow, kill him. And we see conflict going on in the House of L. They're like, we should go to war. And Batman's like, hold up. Well, actually, it's not Batman trying to seize the tension. It's Alfred. Alfred's like, we're not ready for that. We need to wait out. But then we got Supergirl, who's in a relationship with Wonder Woman. Yeah, interesting. Supergirl takes off once she finds out that Jor-El is dead. She goes to the kingdom of Black Lightning, and she kills the son. Yeah, you're probably like, Black Lightning having a son? Like, what? Well, it makes sense now. Like, he gets killed off like that. Like, she drops him from the sky. He dies. So now the son of Black Lightning is dead. Jor-El is dead. So both kingdoms have taken something from each other. A war is about to break out between the House of L and the House of, the Pierces, or Black Lightning. I just like call it Black Lightning's kingdom. That just sounds dope. But still, I'm excited for that. I like that Black Lightning is such a central character here. And the whole conflict between Batman and Superman, and the whole mystery of the Green Man and Constantine being involved. There's some really good mystery and a lot of potential here. Tom Taylor is doing a great job on this series so far. He's writing it well, and the artwork is great. It fits the tone. And yeah, If you enjoyed the first issue, I highly recommend this second issue. Next up, we got the Suicide Squad number 10, and this issue, the Suicide Squad are in space. They fight off against the Thangarians, and then they get arrested by Far Sector Green Lantern. It's actually really dope. Far Sector Green Lantern shows up with like a dinosaur green construct. Like, I thought that was really cool. We get a lot of action in the beginning, and we actually get some origin and backstory for Culebra. How she was taken advantage of and then put in the Suicide Squad, and how she just keeps dying over and over. The theme of this issue is basically death, and how death just shows up out of nowhere and how important it is. And I like that. It like fits very well. And we have a surprise character that shows up later in the issue. But let's hold off on that for a little bit. What happens, the Suicide Squad, they get arrested, they get put in like this space jail, and we have the relationship between Nocturna and Match taken to the next level. Like, they kiss, they hang out, they're doing well, and they're trying to plan a way to get out of the Suicide Squad. We got Culebra and Talon playing their way to help out Rick Flag, but then the Suicide Squad eventually escape. But they escape with that surprise character that I mentioned. That character is Black Hands. Bro, making a theme about death and then having the reveal of Black Hands, and he maybe join the Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller's Suicide Squad, like that is just so hype. Like, that got me so hyped in this issue. Just that splash image, I was like, what? Like, Black Hands? And at the end of the issue, Amanda Waller says, I now have everything I need, and no one can stop me. And the final image, you see Rick Flag with his own Suicide Squad ready to attack Amanda Waller. And he has a good team. So Amanda Waller, she's ready. Rick Flag, he's ready. They're about to attack each other. There's going to be full-on action next issue. I'm excited. The build-up has been really good. And now that Black Hand is involved, anything can happen. So yeah, guys, Suicide Squad's been killing it. If you have not been reading this series, you're really missing out. But yeah, if you've been enjoying it, I highly recommend this issue. Next up, we got Justice League Infinity number 6. This is the penultimate issue to this mini-series that ties into the Justice League animated series. And we finally find out who the main villain is. It's Amazo 2.0, basically. It's a doppelganger of Amazo who destroyed his entire universe, killed everyone, and now he's trying to unleash the anti-life equation and destroy the multiverse. That's basically what he does, or what he's trying to do. He destroys our Amazo from this Justice League animated universe. And yeah, the whole issue is just full on action. The reveal, seeing this Amazo 2.0 in action, just beating up the heroes, destroying people, revealing his past. And it's really interesting. I like it. And the final splash image where he's unleashing the anti-life equation, it leaves so much potential for the next issue, the final issue of this May series. I'm excited, guys, and the artwork, it fits its own, it's really good, and just how the artwork fits with the animation from the Justice League animated show, it works so perfectly. It feels like I'm watching an episode from that series. Now, I am a little bummed out that this is just a mini-series. I'm pretty sure it's just that, but I'd rather it be ongoing so you could just have continuous storylines that is set in this universe, because this universe is just so well done and there's so much you could do with it. So yeah, guys, if you've been enjoying this series, then I highly recommend this issue. Moving on, we got our final new comic book of the week, and this is Swamp Thing number 10. This was actually supposed to be the final issue of this Ram v Swamp Thing series. but it's now been extended to 16 issues. And I am so happy about that, because this series has been one of the best Swamp Thing series in a while. Ram V has just been killing it. His writing is good. Mike Perkins' artwork is amazing. And it keeps up in this issue. Both Ram V and Mike Perkins delivering this issue with great writing and phenomenal artwork. And how the issue ends, it setups for a whole nother storyline. Like, so much can happen. So I'm happy that we get another 6 issues to see where Ram V will be taking this. But in this issue, we see a big action fight between Levi and his brother Jacob. Levi's got the power of the green, and Jacob's got some power that, you know, can fight against the green. But they have a big fight. You got some flashbacks to Levi and Jacob's past, their childhood, how they're brothers, and how Levi left him. And you see that conflict and how it resolves here for a sec. And it's epic. How Swamp Thing almost dies in this issue, and how the organization that he was actually trying to help or save tries to kill him. And then we see them working with Dr. Woodshrew at the end of the issue. Dr. Woodshrew, if you don't know who he is, he's the Floronic Man, so that should be interesting going forward. But yeah, there's a lot of setup here, but also good action. So yeah guys, great issue that closes off a lot of the plot lines for the series, but sets up new ones for the extended 6 issues. And yeah, that is all the new DC Comics for this week. But wait, it's time for a back haul pull, and the back haul pull for this week is Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Yep guys, a tale of the Batman in the Victorian era, in the 19th century to the 1800s, and this is one of my favorite Elseworld stories of all time. We got Batman in London. He's going against Jack the Ripper. Batman versus Jack the Ripper. If that doesn't get you interested, I don't know what will. Like, that is just so dope. The writing is really good, and the story is written by Brian Augustine, and the arts is done by Mike Mignola. Now, Mike Mignola, he did the artwork for Hellboy. That's what I always associate his artwork with, because his artwork in Hellboy is phenomenal. Like, it looks really good, guys. Hellboy is one of my favorite, like, not DC and Marvel characters. Like, not indie, but yeah, one of my favorite characters in comics. Like, he's really cool. He's up there with, like, Spawn. And the artwork by Mike Mignola really sells that. Like, if Hellboy didn't have artwork like that, I don't know if I'd be as interested in the character. So yeah, Mike Mignola's artwork is in this Batman Elseworld story, and it looks amazing. And yeah, the writing's good. Batman, he looks cool, his design. And I highly recommend this, guys. Like, you like Elseworld storylines, and you like Jack the Ripper, like, just Batman versus Jack the Ripper. That's just so cool. Like, I never thought of that, but when I heard about this story, Gotham by Gaslight, I was like, wait, Batman versus Jack the Ripper? That is such a good idea. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be the back haul pull for this week. Tell me your thoughts on Batman Gotham by Gaslight down below, and some of your thoughts on all the new DC Comics that came out this week. And if you like the video, give a big thumbs up, new channel, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next DC Comics video. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.